Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope you have been safe and sane through these times that we find ourselves in. And well, though many things have gone and taken a nap, some things like drama, on the other hand, never sleeps. I'm sure many of you people have seen your neighbors and your family members going through it. You know what they say about cabin fever. Anyway, here we are, Jada, August, Will Smith, and their impending drama that we all find ourselves in. Many couples out there have a nickname, and I will appropriately call this one Jaws. Well, because maybe yours just hit the floor when you heard the news of this interesting relationship a la Mr. Alsina. But no matter the ship they find themselves on, i.e., relationship, friendship, situationship, from an astrological perspective, can this work? Well, let's find out. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, on to the video. Okay, so now, before I break things down, let's first discuss the big old elephant in the room. August Alsina was born September 3rd, Jada Pinkett Smith was born September 18th, and Will Smith was born September 25th. So Jada and August are Virgos, and Will is a Libra. But what they share is that they are all born in September. Now, it should be noted that this relationship has been denied many a times over, which can probably be attributed to the fact that the September personality boasts a very charming and nice persona, which makes for a very convincing disposition. I.e., they over there saying this is false, but as of late, August has shown us that that's not the case, as he has debunked the fallacies of the Smiths, stating publicly that Will himself gave the green light for the subsequent affair that August and Jada found themselves in. Now, these truths that August is admitting to could have some truth, as things of this nature tie into the nature of one being born in September, as people born in September tend to be very open-minded, and there is this sort of level of understanding and tolerancy for most things. So I wouldn't be surprised if they all sat around at the coffee table and was like, okay, let's do this. Because in addition, September born people tend to not be judgmental and have a high respect for others' views and beliefs as it comes to what would be considered normal. So it's like, oh, we're going to have a threesome or two-way, you're going to cheat, I'm going to cheat or whatever. Like, they wouldn't be judgmental, they would care, so they would have no problem going along with it. But it should also be noted that things are not approached with a short stick with September people. Most of them, if not all of them, are overthinkers. And this very attribute challenges their morals, as decisions are not made unless it has been thought through properly. So they filtering through those situations very meticulously. So, i.e., they would have to be on board in order for this to run smoothly and not get messy. Yes, that would mean that Jada, Will, and August all decided that this was going to work. Through this process, they do what they think is fair, tying into this idea that Jada has always stated that her and Will, no matter what, will be together and will be each other's life partners. So for all intents and purposes, she has been the mouthpiece for this very relationship, or ships, that she has debunked. Sweeping the floor, putting that poor little drama under the rug. Well, look, no matter how much drama you sweep under the rug, sweetie, that rug can only contain but so much, and eventually, boom. And instead of just admitting to it and moving on, no. Jada and Will look at each other and are like, we don't have to admit to it. We could just tell everybody that it ain't true. We just need a new rug. Ideally, Septemberarians, I know that's not a word, whatever, are happiest in a relationship. True, true. It must be understood that they love the idea of having freedom and independence, but more importantly, they look to have a person that they can share their important life moments with. Again, this all tying into that idea of a life partner. This can also explain Jada and Will's unconventional relationship they have with their children, who are evidence of parents who believe in freedom and independence. I mean, if you look at the two of their kids, Willow and Jaden, they look like they like in their 30s when they're like just in their early 20s. But that's the result of their type of parenting and the type of household that they've created. So in short, people born in the month of September tend to look for the freer things in life. Ah, the sweet life. Anyway, so now we see how the energy of September may have promoted this J.A.W.S scenario. Now I'd like to redirect my focus to the catalyst, the fire starter, the core and mother brain of it all, Jada. So, what we know is that Jada is born on September 18th, which again, like I said, makes her a Virgo. But her particular Virgo shares a personality construct of someone like in their mid-40s. So it's presumed that during this time there is an emphasis on being more realistic, subsequently making hard decisions and choices which can be as extreme as realigning a relationship, i.e. like eliminating a friend from your life, to even making adjustments in the marital state. Making adjustments in the marital state. So don't tell me she ain't behind all this bull. Anyway, those born on this day approach decisions as fully mature adults and can be quite persistent until they get what they want. And this persistence brings to question, has Jada had these discussions with Will over time? Has Mr. Willie Will had to sit down and listen to her want to cheat with other people over and over and over again? I mean, they have been together for almost 25 years, so I'm sure that this is not the only time that it's been brought up. It should also be noted that while in search of their ultimate goal, whatever they may be, much of this is supported with their nature to control their feelings and emotions, unless of course they are irritated by something or someone who brings them up to a place of anger. Well, Big Willie is a Libra, which would work well for Jada in lifting the type of control, as Libras are not ones for confrontation. September 18th is also a day that promotes this sort of tug of war between love of truth and harmony, which is why you tend to see her as somewhat of a mediator on her show, Red Table Talk. They also look to uncover truth and reveal it to the world, just not her truth. They are quite courageous in combating social mores and prefer to promote ideas of free speech, free lifestyle, and yes, free love. In relationships, they expect the best, and the lovers and mates of their lives will have to get tough in order to deal with this free thinker. But those born on this day are great nurturers and are highly capable of keeping troubled relationships alive. So, if anything, Jada would be perfectly built for this unconventional new way of approaching marriage, even though she denies it. But what about the man in black? What about Will? Well, what we know is that Big Willie Style is born September 25th, which again makes him a Libra, the old indecisive one. And though they are quite indecisive, those born on this day are quite the perfectionist as well. And this perfectionist energy gives them a sort of fixer energy. So if it's broke, they try to fix it to make it perfect. And being a fixer would not be a problem for them, as they have no problem getting the attention of those around with their attractive personalities. Y'all see Will. I mean, anybody who's anybody likes Will Smith. But at the heart of this perfection is this child filling their head with the idea that they are just not good enough. But to them, the route to perfectionism rides a straight line with no room for detours. And of course, this inflexibility would make for an unwavering approach to compromise, which often puts them under great pressure when they don't lean towards the wants of others. So the idea that I present is that if all of this was in fact Jada's idea, based on what I just said, it sounds like Will would probably need some coercion into shifting his energy to align with what she wants. And deciding to take the route of Jada would mean that Will subsequently would have co-signed, and would mean that he's committed and would refuse to give up staying that course and not admitting to wasting time or wasting energy, because what would that mean? That would be considered failure, which would make him what? Imperfect. And he ain't trying to have that. Throughout this, someone born on this day, and more specifically Will in this situation, would often give the impression of coolness, masking their true emotions. Y'all see Will out there always laughing and acting a fool or whatever. What is he truly hiding through all of that behavior? In fact, those born on this day, they look to master their emotions, especially in situations that would give an air of a less than perfect persona. And securing this perfect road is cemented in looking to have everything out in the open early to allow for reasonable discussion rather than being avoided. So not to place all the blame on Jada, but it sounds like based on this assessment that Will probably sat down with Jada and they put everything on the table, and Jada told him like, look, this is what I want. What do you want? How can we meet in the middle? So now, with that said, Will could play a part here, as those born on this day are usually drawn to outside factors, which absorbs their time. And absorbing their time would put them in a position of being neglectful, especially towards those that they love, i.e. a wife, which may cause others, like his kids as well, to feel neglected, and then they would stray. Which means that Jada probably has had other partners in the past, and not just Mr. Alsina. Just look at it. Will is a huge movie star, so this could make sense. I mean, it's textbook. Someone else caught my attention because you weren't around, blah, 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 blah. That's why I cheated. That's why I was somebody else. That's why I have new friends, whatever the case. That sounds like that could be much of the case here. But let me also point out that Will, from my research, has a Gemini rising. And with this influence, it could make sense because Geminis are people who bore very easily. And with that said, it could make it easy for him to just go ahead and co-sign on the infidelity of his marriage. Because he's like, oh, you bored of me, I'm bored of you. Okay, you want to go see somebody else? I'm going to go see somebody else. Let's do it. So I'm sure he played a part in this as well. But it should also be noted that Gemini energy is also very committed to the family construct and will do whatever they need to make everything work. I think a main issue here is that they have built so much together and have created this family portrait that seems to be quite solid and full of openness and honesty. But I'm sure if I was a fly on one of their $1 million walls, well, let me tell you, all my energy would be aimed at Miss Jada because she started this shit. I mean, if Eve persuaded Adam to take a bite of the apple, well, anywho, be sure to stay tuned to the second part of this discussion where I will talk August and break down the ties that bind. So, based on what you heard, do you agree or do you have a different opinion? Well, let us know in the comments below, as all opinions are accepted. And with that, we are brought to the end of this video, and I hope you all liked it. But of course, as always, suggestions are always welcome, as we love and work to break things down even more through the world of astrology. And to continue to do that, as like anyone else, we need to get our subscribership up. So if the content interests you and you are looking for something more specific to you and your day, or the world at large as it relates to astrology, well, be sure to subscribe I mean, you're already here, so just go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's not that hard. It takes 2 seconds, literally. Also, be sure to comment if you want, add a like, share with others if you care, and make sure to click that notification bell so you will always be notified when a new video is released. And be on the lookout for more content pertaining to the world of astrology and how it relates to our world. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And oh yes, as I've said before, if you don't know already, we have a product line with some great merch, and we're constantly working on new stuff that can be gifted to yourself or to those you love. So be on the lookout for that as well. We will be sure to add a link to our shop below so you can check it out for yourself. And again, thank you for watching and supporting as we, along with you, will keep learning and growing as we continue to uncover our true selves. Uncover our true selves. Thanks for watching. Stay woke. Confront drama head on. Don't confront it the way Miss Jada and Will have. And remember, the stars are always watching.